Hello students, my name is Vincy and I'll be teaching you computer today. So in our previous chapter, we learned about parts of the computers. Now in this chapter, we are going to learn more about keyboard and mouse. I hope you all are doing safe and taking care of yourself. So let's learn today's chapter, keyboard and mouse.
Okay, now the first thing we are going to learn about keyboard. The keyboard is the important part of the computer. Now students, you all can see the picture over here. Now this picture is of a keyboard. It has many buttons called keys. Now you all can see the buttons. These buttons are called as the keys. It has 104 keys, which includes alphabets, numbers, symbols and other different types of mode. It is used to type letters, words and documents on the computer. Now you all can see the picture on the screen. The picture is of a keyboard. Now the black color key buttons, they are called as keys. What are they called? Keys. Now there are different types of buttons. The first one are the numbers, the next are the alphabets, then here are the symbols and more. So there are different types of keys or buttons on the keyboard. That's why it is the keys. That's why it is called as a keyboard. Understood? Now the next is the cursor. The cursor is a blinking line on the computer which can be controlled by mouse. It tells us the position from where we should start typing using the keyboard. Now the picture you all can see is called as a cursor. It is there when you are typing, it appears on the screen. When you are typing something, it will appear on your screen and it tells us from where we have to start, from where we have to stop and from where we have already stopped. So the cursor shows us. Now the cursor also helps with the help of a mouse. With the help of the mouse and also with the help of the keyboard, it tells us where to start typing. Now the next one is types of keys on the keyboard. Now there are different types of keys on the keyboard. So we are going to learn few types of keys. Now the first one are the alphabet keys. Now everyone know what are alphabets? A, B, C, D. Now these are the alphabets. So now the keys which contains A, which contains B, C, these are called as alphabet keys. What are these called? Alphabet keys. The keyboard has 26 alphabet keys on them. It helps us to type words or letters on the computer. Now the keys you all can see on the picture, these keys are there on your keyboard. These alphabet keys are there on your keyboard and these helps us to type a particular letter or else a particular words. So now these are called as alphabet keys. Next one is number keys. On the keyboard, there are numbers from 0 to 1. Keys. These keys are called number keys. The number keys also have a special characters on them. They can be used in a combination with shift key. Now you all can see here the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 0. If you want to type 10, you can type 1 and 0 at a time. So there are from 0 to 1 keys on the keyboard. Now these keys have a special characters on them. Now you all can see the exclamation mark. Then this is called as a adderate. The adderate. Next one is a hashtag. Hashtag. The next one is the dollar button. The dollar special character. The next one is a percentage. And this one is a arrow. This one is a and. So if you want to write a shortcut for and, you can type these as your shortcut. The next is the star. And the next is the brackets. There are two brackets. One is the open bracket and here it helps us to close the bracket. So there are special characters on the number keys which helps us to type. Next is the space bar. The space bar key is the longest key on the keyboard. It is used to add space between two words while typing a sentence. Now you can see I have written over here space bar. Key is the longest. You can see the space in the between, one finger space. Now this one finger space you can get while clicking the big button on the keyboard. Now the big button on the keyboard, it is called as a space bar. Understood? So now you all can see after it there is a word, after it there is a space. So this space is given by the space bar. If you click on space bar, you will get the particular one finger space. After two there is one finger space, add one. So when you click on space bar, you can give space and you can continue typing the words or the sentences. Now the next one is the arrow keys. Now you all can see the arrow upwards, then to your left, and then to your right, and then the arrow pointing down. So now these buttons are called as your arrow keys. Arrow keys are used to move cursor or the blinking line towards left, right, up or down. Now the blinking line, the starting only there was a option cursor, the blinking line on the screen. So with the help of these keys you can move the blinking line or the cursor from left to right, up to down with the help of these buttons. Now these buttons are there on your keyboard. Next is now there are different kind of keys on the keyboard. So we are going to learn the most important keys which are used. First one is the enter key. Second one is the caps lock key. Third one is the delete key. And fourth one is the backspace key. Now enter key. What does enter key do? Enter key is the most important key on the keyboard. When you press enter key, the cursor goes to the next line. Now when you press on enter key, now this is the enter key which is there in your keyboard. The keyboard has this button called enter key. If you press on this enter key, now I have written enter key is important key. Now this is the one line, and down I have come down and I have written on the keyboard. Now here is the second line. So how did I get this second line? So when you press on enter, the cursor will come down and you can continue writing. Again I have stopped till U and I have come down and then I have continued typing. So with the help of enter key, you can come to the next line. Next is the caps lock key. Now what does this caps lock key do? Caps lock key allows us to type the capital letters on the keyboard. Now what does, if you press on caps lock key, then you can type the capital letters. Now you all can see the first letter C is capital, then E is capital, D is capital, B is capital. How does these capital words come? When you press on caps lock key and when you type C, the C will come capital. And when you press again on caps lock key, the caps lock key will become off and you can continue typing as your normal letters. Now the next one is the delete key. Delete key is used to erase a letter or a word to the right of the cursor. Now this is the delete key. Now delete key helps us to delete a particular word or a sentence to the right side. Now whichever word is on your right side, it helps us to delete the particular word or the sentence. Next is the backspace key. Backspace key is used to erase a letter or a word to the left of the cursor. Now suppose you have done some mistake over here. You have written wrong spelling. So what you are going to click on? You are going to click on backspace key and then the particular word or the sentence will get erased. Understood? So the backspace key, it helps to erase the left of the cursor, and the delete key, it helps to erase the right side of the cursor. Now the next one are the function keys. Now what does these function keys do? The top row of the keyboard from F1 to F12. Now the function keys are from F1 to F12. The top row of the keyboard from F1 to F12 are called as function keys. These keys are used for special kind of job or task individually or when used in the combination. Now these keys have a special characters to do. Now what does F1 do? Now F1 is to increase this volume of the particular volume of the computer. F2 is to decrease the volume of the computer. Now there are different kind of jobs which are used for function keys. Next is the mouse. Now what does mouse do? Everyone has seen the mouse? Yes, a mouse has a left button, a right button, and a scroller. The middle part, it is called a scroller. The mouse. Mouse is the pointing device. The small arrow on the computer screen is called as a pointer. Now you all can see the pointer. Now I am rotating it in the circle. So you all can see a pointer. Yes. On the screen you all can see the pointer. So now this white color point is called as a pointer. It is used with the help of mouse. The mouse helps us to draw pictures and play games on the computer. It helps us to select, click and open program. Now there are different kind of uses of mouse. Now this is the mouse. It has a left button, a right button and a scroller. Next, now we are going to learn what are the functions of mouse. Now what does a single click? Single click, drag and drop, double click and right click. So now these are the functions of mouse. Now what does the single click do? To select an object, on the click on the left mouse button with your index finger and then release the button. Now a single button, if you click on the left of the mouse, if you click on the left button of the mouse, it will get the particular file or folder will get selected. Now drag and drop. Now what does drag and drop means? Now here you all can see the left button is clicked. So if you click on left button, if you click drag means push your mouse and then drop means leave the button. Next is double click. Now suppose if you want to open a particular application, you can double click, 2 times click, 1, 2. And next is a right click. To open the setting menu, click on the right button with the middle finger and then release the button. Now with the help of the middle finger, you can click on the right button. If you want more options on the particular file or folder, if you want to go to settings, so you can click on the right button.
So students, today we have learned a new chapter which is keyboard and mouse. So the keyboard contains keys, so that's why it is called as keyboard. It has different types of keys. Now the next is the mouse. The mouse has 3 buttons, left button, right button and in the middle it is called as a scroller. So the mouse also has a pointer which helps to select a particular program and also to open a particular file or folder. So today we have learned a new chapter, keyboard and mouse. I hope you all are doing safe and taking care of yourself. Thank you.